Hi, my name is Barrie Crampton. Welcome to yet another episode of Straight Out of Crampton. Sales of used EVs have gone up by 0.9%. Of the increase, 0.9%. And sales of all the others have gone up 4.6%. This is going to be a funny one, I think. Let's just go through. UK used car market grows in 2024 as electric vehicle demand soars. Autotrader, demand for used EVs in 2024 hits record levels. AM Online. Now this is a bit different. Good on you. Tom Seymour, I know he's done a few EV things in the past, but he's changed tack slightly because what the other people are saying isn't true. Super minis continue to drive UK used car market up by 5.5% in 2024. When you go down to the bottom, demand continued to soar for used battery electric vehicles, rising some 57.4% to a record 188,382 units. Remember that figure, 57.4%. Fleet News, record rise in demand and market share for used electric vehicles, Gareth Roberts. The Independent, sales of used electric cars reach record market share. Some 188,000 pure electric vehicles changed hands. Okay. Now then, let's go on to the usual suspects. Dr. Andy Palmer, Andy Pandy, my favourite. UK used cars grow 5.5% in 2024 with 7,643,180 units. Used EVs boast record rising 57.4%. 57.4% is a lot, honestly. That's over half, is it? To 188,382 units. The numbers, now let's get this. The numbers debunk the notion that there is no market for used EVs or that record new EV sales are inflated by pre-registration. That's exactly what it says, Andy. I'm sorry to have to break this to you, but I'll show you why that is exactly what it says, okay? I've already pointed out that they are inflated by pre-registrations because December 2024, in the worst month of the year, more EVs sold than they did in January. In January, petrols went up and increased their market share because they'd pre-registered too many in December and they couldn't pre-register any more. I mean, they have done, and they're for sale. They were for sale on the 3rd of January. So, Andy, print a retraction, will you? I hope Colin gets him to print a retraction. So anyway, there you go. He's attached the SMMT. He's attached the SMMT report as well. So the next one, let's go to the next one. Colin Walker. He's in The Guardian. Me in The Guardian on news of record EV sales on the second-hand market. UK used electric vehicle sales hit record last year as prices fell. EVs depreciated a hell of a lot and they're now cheaper than ICE cars, even though they cost about £15,000 more when they were new. 12-month-old, they're cheaper because nobody wants them. And in order to create a market, they have to be cheap to make it so it's not an emotive purchase, it's a financial purchase. That one's cheaper. It's better value. Okay? To buy it. It's fair enough. But what I thought was quite funny, if you go down here, somebody called Shane, love how Barrie Crampton keeps calling your bullshit out. Well, again, Colin, this is bullshit. Let's have a look what you've said. Well, second-hand market thrived as sales of new EVs also reached highest levels to date. Let's see if we can find Coles. Here we go. Colin Walker, the head of transport at the Energy and Climate Intelligence Unit, said, "It is no coincidence that such strong sales growth comes on the back of EVs largely reaching price parity with petrols on the second-hand market. It demonstrates that once prices come down, the demand for electric driving is very much there." Well, actually, I'm going to show you because it demonstrates something completely different. In fact, it demonstrates the complete opposite, that people would rather have an ICE car and pay more than get an EV. Bear with me, please, honestly. Because this is just it's just rubbish. All people like him are hoping you won't do the sums yourself. But don't worry. I'm possibly the worst person in the world at maths, but I'm going to do the sums for you. If I get any wrong, just tell me, I'll correct it, but I'll try my best. Next one, who's this? EV memes, Bazza Fud, Bazza's cup of utter. So see if you think this is EV memes. I might tag him in. So, next one. Who's James Murray? Let's have a look at James Murray. James Murray, editor of incisivebusinessgreen.com. He's got no axe to grind, does he? Tweeting in a personal capacity. Check out @businessgreen for the official feed. So here he's tweeting in his personal capacity. Let's just go down a bit. He's retweeting Cole there. Here we go. Sales of second-hand EVs up just the 57% last year. Sales of second-hand EVs up just the 57% last year, which is strange because lots of serious people keep saying they don't work. I'm a serious person. Sometimes, the last couple of days I've been a bit grumpy, I must admit. They do work. I've got one. They don't work how people like these say they do. The reports aren't showing what they're trying to say they're showing, and they're all part of the problem. We'll go to the next one. I think the next one is James Murray's. Oh no, this is New Automotive. Another. Used electric cars represent exceptional value for money and are flying off the forecourts. And B, they don't fly, according to CAP HPI. Rubbish. Next one. Oh, this is James's firm. Business Green. Business Green. UK's leading site for green business news and analysis. So we'll go down. And he's tweeting in a private capacity. But guess what? Just have a guess. Sales of second-hand EVs jumped more than 50%. Wow! It's exciting, isn't it? They're going up. All right, let's just go through it a little bit. So demand for used EVs rises to record levels as second-hand car market grows in 2024. Used car transactions. Why transactions? Why not sales? Grow 5.5% in 2024 after 8 consecutive quarters of growth, with 7,643,180 vehicles changing hands. Pre-loved, these are EVs, boast record demand, rising 57.4% to 188,382 units and taking 2.5% of the market. So let's just cut this down. The UK's used car market grew by 5.5% to 7,643,180 transactions in 2024. Pre-loved EVs, pre-loved. All the others weren't pre-loved, just the EVs. Boast record demand, rising 57.4% to 188,382 units and taking 2.5% of the market. Right. So let's drill down a little bit, hey, should we? The UK's used car market grew by 5.5% to 7,643,180 transactions, not pre-loved transactions, and that was in 2024. So it's grown by 5.5%. That's a 398,460 increase in transactions. So 398,460 more cars sold. Demand continued to soar for used battery electric cars, BEVs, pre-loved ones, rising some 57.4% to a record 188,382 units and achieving a new high for market share at 2.5%. So last year they sold 119,684. So there's a 68,698 increase in EV sales, but that's only 17.24% of the actual increase in sales. Used EV sales grew by 0.9% of the used car market. So they're declining. They're not going up, they're declining. The actual increase in sales is all the others. Used EVs for sale on Autotrader have increased over 30% in the last 3 months to 26,437. And they're going up. I tell you one time, they're now 14% of the whole used EV market available just on Autotrader, adding to EV residual value woes. The rest of the fuel types for sale on Autotrader amount to only 5% of annual demand. Now, do you see how that works? Pressure on EVs is only going to increase unless supply and demand is managed. There's going to be a catastrophic meltdown in EV residuals. It's got to come. There's too many cars for not enough people. Sorry, there's too many EVs for not enough people. ICE car sales are going up. Now, new EV sales are going up. Pre-registered ones. That's the ones that are going on Autotrader that you see. But what about the pre-registered ones? You see all the fleets that we mentioned before. Fleet sales make up 60% of sales. What if I was to tell you that there is a trick of pre-registering cars that they sell to leasing companies? So that's a new sale. And what if I was to tell you when it's sold to the leasing company, it's reported as a used sale? So you've got 2 sales, car's not even moved. Nah, that's Baz EV FUD. Let's go back and let's just remind ourselves of the brilliant wit that is the EV people. There we go. Bazza, FUD, Baz's cup of utter sad. I mean, you couldn't get any sadder, could you? Do you know, if I did that, and I went to my mate and I said, Nico, guess what? I've just made this meme about this bloke. And I've also made a poem, because somebody made a poem about me as well. So I've made a meme and a poem, and I'm going to post it on the internet. You know, what do you think of that? I'd be out cold. These people need to get proper mates who aren't as pathetic, wet and sad as they are. Mazda MX-30, 24 miles, 2 owners. When was it registered? It was registered 30th of September 2023, and it's a leasing company. It's in BCA, it's an ex-leasing company. I mean, this is just a representative example. If we go into electric cars, we go make any Mazda. This is just Mazdas. 218 mileage up to 100 miles. There you go. There's 58, there's 68 up to 500 miles, but 100 miles. There you go. All the same. Look how much they've been reduced. Most recent, oh look at that. These have just come on. They've not even 20 miles. 2023 73 reg, awaiting images. We'll go all the way down to the bottom. Obviously that's an advert, yeah, advert. 2nd of the 5th, 6th of the 5th. So these have been around, some of these have been around. They've been releasing them onto the market slowly because they were pre-registered. Andy Pandy, no pre-registering. All the others, no pre-registering. Andy, pre-registering. Sorry to break it to you, but pre-registering. So there you go. Let's get on to a few other little facts that the EV shills aren't going to like at all. Just used Ford Fiestas sold 117,825 more units than all makes and models of used EVs that were sold. Just Vauxhall Corsas sold 64,379 units more than all the makes and models of used EVs sold. Just Volkswagen Golfs sold 43,058 units more than all the makes and models of used EVs sold. Now here's a good one that puts things into perspective. Just black cars sold 1,436,386 more than all the makes and models of used EVs sold. Just grey cars sold 1,160,372 more than all makes and models of used EVs sold. Just blue cars sold 1,047,327 more units than all makes and models of used EVs sold. Just white cars sold 985,216 more than all makes and models of used EVs sold. Just silver cars sold 914,320 more units than all the makes and models of used EVs that sold last year. Just red cars sold 579,785 more than all makes and models of EVs sold. Demand for used EVs rises to record levels as second-hand car market grows in 2024. No, I'm afraid it doesn't. It hasn't risen, it's actually decreased. Sales of used EVs have gone up by 0.9%. Of the increase, 0.9%, and sales of all the others have gone up 4.6%. That's the top and bottom of it. All that other stuff, smoke and mirrors, they're just pathetic. Again, if you see a story that's got EV and the percentage in the headline, don't read it. It's rubbish. Headline: demand for used EVs rises to record levels as second-hand car market grows in 2024. But demand for ICE cars has gone up more. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.